Thomas, what are you guys double A, triple A, major?
We're double A.
Double A.
Yeah.
Nice. How let's talk a little bit about your team real quick while we have you.
Hey, 1 minute. YouTube was down, but it should be up now.
Oh, okay. Ms. Beth, you got that?
Till 11U, and I was fine with league ball. My son was doing good. He was always one of the better players, and it's like whatever, we can play league ball. I'm fine. I mean, I never really had aspirations to play select ball. I was always scared because thought it was way too expensive, and I didn't really care. I don't have the pride. I have to play league ball. So I was fine with. I don't have to play select ball. I was fine. Finally got to the point where my son was starting to get where he's like, man, I don't know if I want to play anymore. I'm like, why don't you want to play? He's like, well, I'm tired of throwing the ball and hitting people in the face and that kind of thing in league ball. So I was like, you want to try select? And he's like, we can. So one of the coaches that I've coached with for a while, against Wayne, he's the same way as me, coached league for years and years and years. We just kind of made a friendship on the way up, and I said, hey, you want to play select? And he's like, they played before a little bit and didn't really work out for them. And he's like, all right, we'll give it a shot. So we got some of the better league kids in 11U after the spring season, and we went and played summer, got our tails handed to us. But the kids liked it. They were all the kids were on a better level playing field. They can now play catch without hurting each other. My son was no longer the best kid on the team. So we had about half those kids stay, play fall. We still played league in the fall, 12U. We also played a couple tournaments, 12U fall, got our butts handed to us. I think we won 3 of our first 20 games, but all the parents were good. I picked parents more than kids to an extent. I mean, if you were a drama person, I didn't care. Didn't care how good your kid was. So I've always had good parents. We picked up we placed about half the team after the summer. Some just went on their own way and did other things, and some came back with us. We just went full-time. 12U was our first season. We won probably 30-40% of our games, so getting a little better. We played 13U, finally started doing pretty good, started winning about half of our games. In the fall and the spring, we did really well. I think we went 20-10 or so in the spring double A, and we've been pretty much the same way going now for 14U. Our team's been pretty good, never great. We've played triple A teams and been really competitive against them, and they usually beat us, but it might be a 6-4 game, 6-5 game. We very seldom get destroyed. We have gotten destroyed before, but usually it's 4 earned runs, gave up 8 unearned because of a couple stupid plays. But other than that, I mean, we played open this last weekend, and the team that did beat us on Sunday was a AAA team. We were beating them 5-3 in the 5th inning, and I walked 4 batters, gave up 3 runs, lost in the semifinals. So, I mean, that's just how my team is. I don't have enough pitching I've never had enough pitching to go up to AAA, but I have multiple players that are good enough. I mean, my son's probably good enough. My other coach's son is probably good enough. So, I mean, I don't really care that we're double A. I mean, it's always been my goal to move up, but the fact that we're double A doesn't stop me from playing an open tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, we played open last week, and I was actually looking forward to playing the one premier team. Unfortunately, that team got beat on Sunday by a double A team. So
yeah, so anything can happen, man. So let me ask you this: how is this transition from like little league going into select as a new coach?
For me, it was great because I no longer had to deal with the kids who didn't want to be there. I knew a lot of the parents beforehand, so I was already friends with them, or at least I'd play with them. Some of the kids I still have on the team today, I've had their kids in the league since they were 8 years old, so I know them. I love the aspect that travel balls on the weekends. I don't have to rush home from work. I mean, if you work a 9-to-5 job and you go to have a league ball game at 6 o'clock, I work in the Woodlands. I get up at 5 o'clock. I live in Humble. That's a pretty good drive.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't have to deal with traffic. I mean, traffic on the weekends is easy.
Yeah.
And I don't have to waste. I can go home. I can eat dinner on Saturday or on a weekday, and I don't have to do anything. We do practices. That's it. We practice during the week. And it's just no having to deal with the traffic and no having to deal with league. So I'd rather waste my weekends playing baseball than have the weekends off, sit at home and watch football.
True. So what is your baseball experience and background as far as you and your coaching?
I played Little League. or the equivalent of, up until about 14. And then that's it. I've always been a huge baseball fan. I'm more of a student of the game than I am I was a good player. I was always an all-star in Little League, but honestly, the reason I didn't go higher is because of Daddy Ball. I mean, and that's why I'm how I am. I'm very cognizant
What is
of
going on?
Daddy Ball.
Check that out, Julio, real quick, please. I'm sorry about that. I know that real quick. The Gabriel Fernandez documentary is going on, and that is not what is happening here.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Jace is going over there, and he's just going ballistic. But the reason why we're having this topic is because you mentioned yourself you were limited as far as Daddy Ball, and I want to touch on that real quick. You know, what do you define as Daddy Ball?
I think there's multiple ways to define it. I think there's two different ways. The one that everyone talks about is the typical, the kid's not very good, he's still playing shortstop, batting third. That's your stereotypical Daddy Ball. And I think that it's not nearly as big an issue as people make it out to be.
Yeah.
I think the other definition of Daddy Ball, which I think is the more popular or the more common version, is the dad who's harder on his kid, who pushes his kid harder every day. And they're just harder on them. They're not giving their kid a free ride. Their kid doesn't suck. Their kid is usually one of the better kids on the team because their dad is pushing them. And I don't think people understand that most of the time when they want to joke about Daddy Ball. Daddy Ball isn't really the one batting third, playing shortstop, and he sucks.
Yeah.
It's really the other one who's probably is the better kid on the team. And I think a lot of people who call out Daddy Ball are really they're the person with the kid who isn't that good. But they only see the negatives that the coach kid did. They don't see the negatives that their kid did. So when you put your kid on this pedestal and you have the coach's kid who you see every little thing that they do wrong, of course you're going to say your kid's better than him and should be playing there.
Yeah.
But not all the coaches are biased as they think they are, as some parents think they are.
Yeah. We have a comment right now. It says every coach with a kid on his team plays some sort of Daddy Ball. Do you agree with that?
To an extent, but what is your definition of Daddy Ball?
Yeah. Okay.
Like, for example, last night we had practice. My kid he's screwed up right now. He can't hit the ball. And I'm sitting over there. My other coach was doing practice, and I'm giving my son crap. I'm like, hey, you got to learn. You got to hit the ball. You can't just sit there and keep doing the same thing and expect different results. And I kind of got on to him a little harder than I would probably another kid because he's my kid. So yeah, that's Daddy Ball, and I'm guilty of that.
Yeah. What do you think, Santos?
I mean, yeah, well, to an extent, I believe every coach is a Daddy's Ball because, I mean, they're obviously going to be harder on their kid because it's their kid. They can yell at them. They can tell them to run. They can tell them to go do push-ups. And, I mean, obviously the parent's not going to complain because it'll be your wife.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, to an extent. The one Daddy Ball that I don't like is when your son always has to shine. That's the one Daddy Ball that I don't like. When I feel like that coach, his son always has to shine.
100%.
If the team is winning or losing, as long as his kid is shining, he's happy, and that's the kind of Daddy Ball I don't like.
100% agree.
Yeah, and I mean that's one of the main reasons why I was like I can coach these kids because I don't have a kid.
But how often do you really see that?
A lot.
You see it a lot.
A lot. I mean, me is because I'm seeing it from an outside perspective because I don't have a kid, so I can judge anybody however I want because I don't have a kid.
You see other coaches doing it?
Oh yeah.
See, most of the dads I see coaching, their kids batting 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that all the time.
I see that a lot as well.
Kid's batting 8.
Yeah.
He's playing right field, and the only reason he's on the team is because his dad's there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he got that ring, but I see that all the time.
Yeah.
And is that Daddy Ball?
No, that's definitely not Daddy Ball.
I mean, the kid might not.
I
be on
mean,
the team
maybe
his
if
dad
he
wasn't
shouldn't be
coaching.
playing at all, maybe you should be the 10th guy, sit in the bench.
Or maybe he should be playing Double A. I see
Yeah.
a lot at Elite.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how often do you see? You know, we're gonna touch all topics Daddy Ball. How often do you see teams or parents classify their kids a rank that they are not just for bragging purposes?
I don't know, man. I don't really keep up with other people's parents. I see it on Facebook all the time.
Yeah.
And I kind of sit back and just watch, and I'm pretty observant. And I'll go look, and people will talk smack or say something so great about their kid. And you'll go and really look and do a little research, and they're full of crap.
Yeah. And you watch you're very active on the page and you watch a lot. So you say you're not really into the social media, but you see it on the group. So you get to kind of, I guess, like it gets put out there for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like especially if you go to the Houston group and then all you see is just how crazy it gets at sometimes.
Yeah, well, I pretty much only follow the y'all's group. I know there's so many other pages, but they're all just a rehash of the same stuff that goes on y'all. So I pretty much stopped following those. Yeah. But yeah, I see a lot of that stuff.
And okay, so right here we have another comment. It says daddy ball, yeah, but the coach's kid is usually one of the top players, and your communication with your own kid is next level. So often you see that kid shining. I agree with that statement.
100%.
You know, Santos makes a good point though. He talks about the daddy ball where the kid always has to shine, and not, you know, what do you guys think? Does it always have to be in that situation, that scenario? Is it always? Could it be a coach, or could it also just be a parent? Does that become daddy ball if you're just a guy on the stands, and you know?
Well, I don't give my parents many like leeway. That's like they're not gonna come talk to me during the game, so I don't think much parents are gonna have effect to the way I'm gonna coach. Because even Brian and Junior, they'll tell me something, and sometimes I just do the opposite just because I don't like to listen to people.
Yeah.
So if a parent ever comes up to me and tells me, "Hey, you should put this guy in the bitch," I'll probably take him out the game, just because I don't want them trying to tell me what to do.
Yeah. I've been lucky. I have great parents. They'll come talk to me like sometimes during the games, but it's never about, hey, my kid's doing this or whatever. They'll just come shoot the crap with me. Yeah. But we're a family team. We really are. We're a family team, and I've known these parents forever, so they come talk to me. Sometimes they will just talk about their kid to me. Hey, he's not doing this. He's dropping his elbow when he's throwing the ball or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. All right. Yeah. Okay. I just nod my head. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, you guys are 14. You get into high school pretty soon. Obviously there was a goal in mind when you got the team started. What is the goal for high school? Was it just for him to kind of learn the game and play at a higher level than he was compared to league ball?
The goal's always been to get high school. I mean, I don't know what we're gonna do after this season, but that's always been the goal, is to get all my kids, not just my kid. It's all the kids. I mean, I'm almost like a dad to all my kids, honestly. I mean, I have some of these kids forever, and I put 3 in high school for this spring because we're 14, and some of them are already going to high school, and so I was stoked. I'm going to some of their games now. I talk to their parents still. Hey, keep up with me, keep me in touch. Let me know how it's going. I'm probably gonna go watch 2 of them play this weekend. So I mean, I try to keep up with my kids, and I try to treat all my kids the same. I mean, obviously my kid's my kid. I'm not one of those persons that says, your kid must call you coach during practice. I'm like, that's stupid. I'm like, is your kid really going to call you coach? Come on. Does it change anything? Do the other kids see him call you dad and like, oh, that's his dad, and treat him different? No, he calls me dad. I don't care. Mm-hmm. But I treat all the kids the same. I treat my kid a little worse probably, but that's it.
So you guys are all from like the same neighborhood pretty much?
Yep. Almost all of my kids are going to Atascosita High School. We had 4 kids graduate off of our team in the high school, so I had to pick up a couple more. So now I have a couple going to Summer Creek as well, and then I have 2 kids going to private school.
Nice.
So a lot of my kids live in the same neighborhood. My other coach, he brings 3 to 4 kids to practice sometimes. It's because they all live in the same neighborhood. I mean,
Summer Creek is really good. Summer Creek.
That's. I mean, you're from the Atascosita area. How's baseball up there?
I think it's pretty good. I mean, Atascosita's pretty good. I don't know if Summer Creek's that great.
Well, they had a shortstop last year go to UT. I don't know if he's playing.
Yeah, I don't really keep it real well. I know Kingwood's the better.
Kingwood's a lot better.
But I know Atascosita's pretty good.
Yeah, Humble's got a pretty good pitcher. His name's Tejada. He's a pretty good senior.
Yeah, I don't really keep up with him too much.
High 80s.
Shout out to everybody watching the podcast right now. Also,
Frank the Tank, your son's going to sit next game.
Santos, we have our first comment saying, got to get a girl for Santos.
Wait.
That comes from Mo.
Is Mo single too, right?
No.
He's what? I've never seen his wife.
Oh, my God.
Really?
Mo's about to call in.
Go ahead, Mo. Call in.
Call us in, Mo. We'll get you on.
And I'll play you in any sport you want. Since you know so much about sports.
Hockey?
That's fine. I'll take him out in hockey too.
I'll probably take all you out in hockey.
I'm sure you can. I don't even know if I can skate.
That is so funny. Hey, I actually watch I started getting into hockey. Growing up, it was like the Arrows, and then they went away. So like recently, I started watching it because of the Vegas Knights.
Yeah.
And of course, they made it to the Stanley Cup final. And, I mean, they almost won. So you know, I kind of kept up a little bit with hockey, but not really too much.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get into like other type of sports now that we're talking about that. Like I've been watching cricket a lot lately because it's on ESPN Plus. But man, those games go on for days, bro. And you can hit home runs. Like a foul ball there is a freaking home run. Like,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know the concept of it.
What?
I haven't really got.
What are the rules, Junior?
Yeah, I
check,
haven't
check
really
this
sat
out.
down
Like
and
check this out.
explain.
The ball is not a leather ball. You know, it's a freaking like metal sphere.
Yeah.
To start off,
The
there's
paddle?
there's a paddle. All right, no hot bats allowed.
So what's the ball made out of?
I don't know, like titanium steel or something.
Like it's that
Nah,
solid?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I'm sure
But
it's like a
Can you
bouncy
roll
line.
it?
no, I think it's kind of like a skip, more like a skip
Oh.
type. But man, they really man, those balls really break.
It's an open field all 360 around, right? It could go behind them, forward.
Yeah, yeah, it goes anywhere.
So what happens if you hit it? It's fair ball.
Yeah, there's
Anywhere,
like
yeah.
it's
There's
like a
no
circle.
foul.
No, there's a circle all the way around the field, and like if the ball rolls over, it's a point. Or if you hit it out, it's like a home run or whatever. But those games can go on for days. A lot of my coworkers watch that, so I've been.
So
getting
how do
into
you? What's an at bat? Do you just keep going until you get out?
That's where I've been struggling because I've
Oh,
seen some guy get up there and swing one time and then gets out. Then the next
me
guy's
too.
there for like 6 hours, and I'm like, man,
I've seen them where they
that
hit
dude's
and
game
he's out.
changer stats must be through the roof.
Yeah, I think it's picking up. I see them pitching at our local cages. Sometimes they'll come in there and rent cages, and they'll be thrown in there.
Nice.
I've seen them
The
over
cricket-
there. Yeah.
the cricket people?
They'll be playing cricket in the cage.
They'll just
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
pitching.
Hey, actually,
Oh, just pitch.
yeah,
That's
just pitch it.
awesome.
Actually, talking about cricket, it's a lot of it's real famous, right? Like in I guess the other side of the world, but a lot of people go back to the baseball swing and study the baseball swing because it's similar to the cricket.
Manny Ramirez played cricket for a little while, didn't he?
I don't know.
I
believe
think
so.
I saw some videos.
Yeah, and he like smashed the ball like,
Yeah.
out the park, not even into the stands, out the park.
Here we have another one, Daddy Ball. The kid is at the top of the lineup and plays shortstop.
Jalen. Wait, what? Just kidding.
This
I'm
dude.
just kidding. No, Jalen's a stud.
Anyways.
That's usually the case, ain't it?
I mean, look, it just depends. I mean, you know, my thing has always been, that's why I kind of stepped away from coaching, is because at the end of the day, whether you want to do the right thing or not, you're always going to get criticized. Always.
But
So
why
you
do
never
Why
win.
do you care?
It's not that. I guess.
Because he's in the middle of everything.
I guess that's the best
I mean,
way
he
to
does
say
the podcast. He has the
it. But it's
page.
But it's not even that at times. It's more like, I guess just my personality. Like, I don't really, like, put up with that stuff. So it's kind of like I got fed up, and it's like I don't want to deal with anything anymore. Like, as far as that.
See,
you know?
I don't care. I've talked to my parents, and they know I'm cognizant of it. I've talked to my parents that, yeah, I'm always worried about someone saying that I'm doing daddy ball. And they're like, your kid's exactly where he's supposed to be. And so I've never had a kid, I've never had a parent on this team say anything about it to me.
Yeah.
I had one kid in a league ball one time say something, and he was pissed that I sat his kid twice in a game in the 5th inning with 12 kids, and then he sat twice.
Yeah.
There's 12 kids. You have to sit 3 kids an inning. It's the 5th inning.
Mm-hmm.
Some parents just are illogical.
But
Yeah.
look, go ahead with you.
No, I had a parent come up to me this season, tell me why is my kid sitting 2 innings.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if someone actually didn't think your kid was good enough, they could still accuse you of it because y'all are friends.
Yeah.
Right? So I mean, what does it change? And that's why I don't care.
Yeah.
If you want to say I'm a daddy ball team, that's fine. Come look at my stats. I don't keep stats.
Yeah.
Here's my stats. Where would you play my son?
Yeah. No, I feel you. Hold on. Matt's texting me. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. What are they building over there? I'll get back to you, Matt. Okay. Going back to the topic of daddy ball. You know what? This is my honest opinion. I know a lot of people want to bring it up in select. They want to, for any age group. I feel that I saw it more, and I've seen it as a young parent, a lot more in like little league.
I 100% agree, but you could have coached that team. And league ball, all for it. Daddy ball, I don't care. Play your kid at shortstop, batting third. I do not care.
Yeah.
Because like our local league needed, I think, 50 coaches after they drafted teams. They needed like 25 to 50 coaches. Did you want to do it?
Yeah.
No, you're going to gripe about daddy ball, but you're sitting over here not coaching. Why don't you step up and take one of those teams?
Yeah.
So I don't care. Little League needs coaches.
I guess like what my opinion on like Little League, and I think the reason why it's been diluted, it's for like kind of like how you mentioned, a lot of people are just coaching for their own kid to make that all-star team. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel that it's kind of like a disservice to like for somebody to be kind of, I guess, take the title of coach with those intentions. You know what I mean? Like to try to make a team, because I remember when when Jalen was younger, we went, so everybody starts at Little League, and you would see like parents like cry over like not making an all-star team, or if their kid did make an all-star team, it was like a birthday celebration and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, I mean, how good is Little League baseball at the younger ages? It's really not that good.
Whenever I was playing Little League, which was, I don't know, like 14, 15 years ago, Little League was actually pretty competitive. Everybody played Little League.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it was like 7, 8 teams in each division. Now it's lucky if we have 3 or 4.
It depends on where you're at. I'm at Humble. Our local league has 900-plus players.
Damn.
Wow.
Spring Klein, that park,
Yeah.
I think they have up close to 1,500.
Wow. Well, I was talking about Pasadena, and then it got so bad that they combined all 3
Parks?
all 3 parks around to try to. Who's that?
I got Steve on.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so,
damn.
all right.
Oh, damn.
Shout out.
Yeah,
shout out
so they actually combined all 3 parks to try to get more kids to come out.
Yeah, that's how it is even in Humble sometimes. They didn't have enough players. They'd only make 2 or 3 teams in 14U. But, I mean, just it fluctuates. They have 900-plus kids this season. They have, I think, 7 14U teams.
Do you think that's a big reason because the Astros are doing so good?
I don't know.
Kids want to play?
The season after, I definitely think it impacted
Yeah.
after 2017 because our numbers went through the roof, which
Yeah.
there was some other stuff going on there. We had a terrible board before. But I don't know why they went up so much this year.
Yeah.
Because there was kind of a lull last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then this year, 900 plus. I think we had 750 after the Astros, which is up from about 600.
Damn.
900
I
plus.
would say the Astros had a huge impact in the Houston baseball
agree.
community.
Oh, of course. Everybody was watching them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel
Everybody
like
was glued during that. But also because of the events of Harvey, like everybody was kind of like in a rough state. So everybody kind of got into the Astros. But you know what ticks me off when people say like, oh, we got all these bandwagons like coming in. Like, look, man, I don't care. I was there when they sucked in the early 2000s when they were all right. I used to go to the games when they sucked. So like to me, it's like, it's just really like the love of the game. So like even if people are jumping on the bandwagon, I mean, who cares? It makes the city look better. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I mean,
Assuming you're from Houston.
Yeah.
If you're from Milwaukee and you're jumping on then it's a little different.
yeah. So look, brought to you. We're gonna pause our segment real quick. This next call is brought to you by the Ferrari Michelada Mix Hotline, and we have none other than the Sienna King, the Bentley driving, jet flying, Rolex wearing, Bat Company owner, and also the man Steve Medina in the building. And it looks like he's at Macy's. Where are you, dude?
I'm actually at the Fairfield Inn. We're right here in the lobby with the Adobe Pasadena, with the Pasadena Adobe coaches. Look, I'm gonna do a little thing right here. You're gonna see the brain trust. We're going over tomorrow's game. Hold on.
Okay. Hold on, I think this lagging a little bit. I'm just watching you scratch your mustache.
Scratch your mustache, yeah.
But okay. All right. Well, hey, anyways, how's the weather,
we're not
dude?
really. They're not.
Let this thing load.
What's that?
Let this thing load.
Hey,
Yeah. Go ahead.
listen, bro. You lied to me. Pasadena Memorial's 0-3. You told me they won a game.
Oh, I must have looked at the score the wrong.
Looked
the
at
wrong
Rayburn.
way.
You were looking at the Rayburn.
Oh.
Nah, the Rayburn's sorry too. Rayburn's terrible.
Where are you? Is that the Adobe party team?
I just see a belly. Who is that?
Hey, listen. Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. The Adobe parents going hard.
Oh yeah.
Party team. Yeah, if they were a select ball team, they'd be in a major division right now.
Would they compete with the
telling you.
Legends?
You know what, man? I think they're better than the Legends, bro.
Oh no,
Yesterday,
that's hard to do.
Were they
no,
tailgating?
walked in at 6 o'clock yesterday. 5 bottles on the table already.
Oh,
Man, that's
I'm
lit.
telling you.
that is pretty
Hey,
lit.
y'all check this hat out right here. Y'all see it?
Yeah.
What are we looking at?
Hey,
Hold on. Hold on.
What are we looking at?
Hold on. I see it.
yeah, it's from the Texas dude. So shout out to Zorba Sports. They got me in today. Got me good deals on 2 hats. So it's on. Hey, y'all seen all the great seats I've been getting or what?
Yeah, dude. Talk to us about just the tournament and the seats. I mean, the field of Unitrade Stadium looks amazing, dude.
Oh, finally.
Yeah, dude, it was, man. Listen, here's the deal. So I gotta shout out to JJ Gomez and Roy Vasquez and all the people at the Border Olympics for giving me all these great seats. You know, the fields here are pretty nice. You know, the one we played on today was, but no, the one that I was at today is Unitrade. That's where the Decalockers play at. And so it was all turf, and man, it was just awesome, man. So, you know, having a good time out here. This is, I think this is like my 3rd year out here. Consecutively, or not really, 3 out of the last 4 years I've been here, but I've been coming for a long time, so it's been pretty good. But listen, so right now I got the Pasadena Adobe head coach, Coach Torres out here with me. Say what's up, man.
How we doing?
Hey, what's going on, Coach Torres?
How you doing, Coach?
Hey,
how's
listen,
baseball, man? How'd it go today?
It's good. Today we got a good win. We're at Unitrade. We beat Smith and Valley, one of the ranked teams in the San Antonio area. We beat them today 5-2.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Congrats.
That's
Coach.
awesome,
Congrats.
man. Way to go out there and represent the great district of Pasadena.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. So while we're coming out here, I think there's a direct correlation, Junior, because every year that I come out here, Dobie seems to be playing at Unitrade. The one year I didn't come out last year, they didn't play at Unitrade. So you think there's something to that?
Yeah. He knows people.
I told you.
Yeah.
Listen. Hey, so that's why all you kids over there, y'all got to go to Pasadena Dobie instead of Memorial, because Memorial's going 0-3 in the tournament, and Dobie right now is 2-1. You get better coaching, better facilities, better transportation. So I'm rolling in right in a coach bus, bro. I got Wi-Fi, I got electricity, I got food, I got drinks. Our driver's terrible.
Come on.
Is he sitting there with you?
Hey, so check this out. Okay. So we leave Dobie like around 4 o'clock, and we get to Laredo at 1 o'clock in the morning because we had bus issues, right? So this lady wants us to get out. We're outside of where? Victoria?
Outside of Victoria.
We're outside of Victoria, dude, and she wants everybody to get out of the bus like at 40-degree weather, bro.
On the freaking 40. On 59 highway.
Yeah, on 59. She says everybody get off the bus because she's got to do something for the bus. Make a long story short, it was 4 hours. We had to get another bus from Houston to bring us to Laredo. But like champions do, they went out the first game at 9 o'clock, right? 9 o'clock.
9 in the morning.
9 in the morning at 41 degrees and still won the game. Great pitching by Noah Torres, no relation, but he pitched a good game. So
I think that's his nephew.
Man, look, we're the topic for tonight is daddy ball.
That was his nephew. Who said that? Was that Santos?
Is that not his nephew?
Is it his nephew? Is Noah your nephew?
Yes, he is.
Oh, shit.
What do you mean, Coach? Come on.
Daddy ball.
Come on.
No, I did not know that.
Dude, get with the program.
So yeah,
I'm messing with you.
Santos, I know.
Hey, it's perfect. It's daddy ball. It's the daddy ball episode. It's perfect.
Hey man, so
Somebody got the win.
hey,
How can it be nephew though? Hey, speaking of daddy ball, listen. Hey, so I was at Baseball USA this past week and I saw a lot of daddy ball. But you know who I didn't see? I didn't see the Legends out there. Were y'all playing or what?
nah, we took the weekend off, man.
Hey, Super NIT's coming up, man. Everybody ready or what?
Hell yeah.
Trying to get back to 100%. We're trying to get back to 100%. We got a couple kids hurt, so that's why we took this weekend off.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Steve, talk to the people about the big tailgate we're gonna have at the 10U Major Division in Siena, right down the street from your house.
Yeah, so we're supposed to have a big old tailgate at Sienna Plantation this Saturday. What were the times, Junior? I forgot.
We're gonna be there from 10 to 6.
From 10 to 6.
Yes.
And so come out. We're going to be going live, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, everything live, Twitter Live. We're going to be talking to a lot of the teams that are there. We're going to have some shirts. We're going to have some hats. We're going to have some stickers. So we're going to have a lot of wind-up stuff out there. So make sure everybody comes out there and sees us. And I want to give a shout-out to everybody that came up to me at Baseball USA last week and talked to me. Can't remember everybody's name, but it was actually pretty good. So hopefully we can see everybody come out on a Saturday as well. So it should be a good time. That's what I think.
Hey, man, I want to congratulate you, bro.
What happened?
Dude, how does it feel to be the first coach in Baseball USA history to have a Yeti Cup on the field at 8 a.m.?
Actually, it was 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, dude.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Who took that snapshot of me with the white cup?
Troy Gonzalez.
Troy?
He sent it to me.
Hey, listen. So this is what happened, dude. It was like 38 degrees, bro. It was 38 degrees, and I got thirsty, and somebody bought me a Coke. Mm-hmm. And that's what I was drinking that day. It was a Coke.
Right.
Coke with Crown.
Yep.
All right.
And this is just juice. And this is just juice, Steve.
Yeah, no, it is juice. It really is juice. Hey, so what's the schedule looking like for you guys over there for the next couple of days, or what? Tomorrow? It ends tomorrow, or what?
Yeah. Tomorrow's the last day, so tomorrow we got 2 games. We play at 9 o'clock against Del Rio, and then right after that, at 11:15, we're gonna play Eagle Pass.
Ooh.
Hey,
Alva.
Hey, Alvar.
Yeah.
Alvar, ask him to give you a scouting report on Eagle Pass.
No,
I forgot about him.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to see if I can get him in call later tonight. But I already know the moment I call him, the first thing he's gonna say is, "Andale, Dad." Eagle Pass.
Hey, Santos.
What's up?
Hey, Santos. You know this dude right here?
Hey, Santos.
Hey, damn, bro, you look uglier in this camera. Bro, like back away a little bit. You're gonna scare our viewers.
Santos.
What's
I have
up,
a question.
Yes, sir.
How about Mississippi State?
Hey, that was a huge upset. Hey, do you know who threw 3 in the third? I believe the guy went to Rayburn. Loza. He went to Rayburn.
Who?
Loza. He threw.
Maybe.
He threw 3 innings against Mississippi State from Rayburn, not Dobie. Rayburn.
He got better.
Yeah, he got a lot better after I coached him.
Hey, there's a reason why he went to TSU and not Southern, brother.
Yeah, but I coached him at TSU.
Other than Jose.
Yes, sir.
De Leon was.
Hey, De Leon was a monster.
Rest in peace, Kadar.
Hey, wow, he's not even gone yet. That's mean. Damn. Hey, Dusty Baker ain't gonna give you no more tickets.
Oh.
He's gonna give me free tickets.
Damn. Anyways.
His career is.
What?
Go ahead.
His career is though.
Who? Yes, his career's over, but he's still well. He's not R.I.P. Okay, he's just like 80 years old.
All right.
He's
his
only,
career though.
Yeah, he's only like 80. He's fine though.
Hey, TSU ended it though.
What? His career? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you should probably get off the phone now. Like, let us have a conversation now.
Hey, that ended our HBCU portion of.
There you go. There you go.
Nobody cares about TSU.
That's what
Nobody
I'm saying.
cares about Southern.
No, not at all.
I'm just being honest.
Hey,
Get
man.
back on track. Hey, so
Go ahead.
So, Junior. So Coach Stars. So how you like the tournament, dude? I mean, what do you think about it?
I love it, man. We get a chance to come out here and we play good competition. But the thing is, the weather's great. So we get to play our tournament. We always play about 5 or 6 games. If we stay in Houston, you know how, especially during this time, the weather's unpredictable. And then shoot, the damn pipe can bust and then ruin the tournament as well.
Yeah,
So,
I know.
Great tournament, great competition. The people down here in Laredo are friendly as hell. Good food. Man, love it down here. That's why we're always going to come down here. First week tournament, charter bus. Kids love it.
Hey, stop getting the cheap bus. Don't get the cheap bus next year.
Hey,
no.
no, we're gonna leave that to Memorial.
Yeah,
Okay.
Memorial's driving the yellow bus, dude. That's what happens when you don't fundraise.
Man, I just know one thing, man. There's some rumors going around the district that Rayburn's making a comeback. So, just
Rayburn's make no, stop that. Rayburn's never coming back. Rayburn's like Gloria Vanderbilt, Jordache, Vidal, British Knights. They're never coming back, dude. So don't worry about that.
Never.
it's all right. Hopefully that comment did not mess up Jalen's recruiting for Dobie.
Yeah, hey, I'm telling you, hey, all you kids down there in the Pasadena area that want to play good competition, come in great accommodations. Take your butts in Pasadena Dobie.
The Longhorns.
So, the Longhorns, yeah. So listen, I'm gonna drop off real quick, and then I'm gonna call you back in about 30 minutes. All right?
All right, man. Don't drink too much beer, man.
No, I'm not. Look, this is what I'm drinking, dude.
Ah.
Is that vodka? Is that vodka or tequila?
What's that?
Is that vodka or tequila?
Nah, it's straight up water, dude.
Oh, okay.
I ate some bomb mariscos today too. Shout out to my boy Ocio and little Mariano, man. They took me out to eat today. Ate some mariscos. Man, it was good, dude.
All right, man.
So,
We'll call us later, dude.
All right, I'll touch back here with you guys in a couple of minutes. All right.
All right. Have fun with the party team.
Okay. Bye.
Oh,
hey,
man,
Junior,
that was awesome.
I know my contract was only 3 weeks, but when's our vacation? When's our paid vacation?
Man, I don't know.
I want to take one too.
After the NIT, we're going to take 2 weeks off. But anyways, real quick, let's take the time and talk about one of our sponsors, C4 Bat Company. For all your wood bat needs, use premium wood, best finished, any color combination you want. If you need a bat, get with me or Steve, Cash App, $, C4 Bats. Send us your order via DM or text. We'll get it in there. 2-week turnaround. We're looking at $115 for one bat. And if you get more than 6, we'll leave them to you guys at $95. That is a wind-up special. So warranty. Well, there's not warranty, but I forgot how Steve put it. But anyways, shout out to our sponsor, C4 Bat Company. #Red Cups. So shout out. And that was brought to you by the Ferrari Michelada Mix Hotline. So anyways.
So are we going to talk about that football game that went on last week?
Yeah, let's get to it. We're going to put the topic again on a little bit of pause. Coach, did you hear about the football score that went on last weekend?
Yep, I saw it.
What is your initial thoughts to 43-0?
When I see 43-0, I think it sucks.
Yeah.
But there's always a backstory. I mean, I read all the posts, and I thought that both coaches wanted it. I didn't see it. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
And if both coaches are talking about it and the coach is losing says, keep playing. I don't care.
Okay. What do you think, Santos? 43-0.
I would have threw the white flag. I would have definitely threw the white flag, especially it was like a AA game, right?
I'm not too sure. I think it was an open division where it was just a bunch of teams playing in there.
Yeah.
My thing is just
43-0.
Yeah, 43-0. No run rule by nations. So somebody has to
Dude,
address
that
that.
is-
Look, I understand.
That is
Like I
bad.
see where Coach Thomas coming in with his point of view. Like, hey, if both coaches were cool about it, go ahead and do it. But I mean,
See, but the coaches aren't the ones playing. The kids are the ones that are going to get affected by that.
but check this out. The coach got fired, man.
He did get fired. I did see
How do you
that.
feel about that, man?
Hey, it's your organization. I think it was a dad coach, by the way, that did it.
Oh,
But I mean, it's his organization. You got to do what he has to do. I think that he got persuaded by a bunch of people talking crap that didn't know what would actually happen. I mean, I'll be honest. If I was the coach, he should have started throwing his 9th, 10th pitchers. I mean, at least let him get a run. I mean, you shouldn't keep pressing just because you can. I mean, why would you leave your good pitchers in? I mean, if I go up 20-0 the first inning, someone who's never pitched before is pitching next inning.
43-0, Julio.
Yeah, I told Junior I'm going to try to put 44, see if I can get fired. That's my goal.
Nah. I don't think Frank the Tank's going to fire you, bro.
I'm going to try to go 44.
So let me ask you guys this. Is 43-0 going to be the highest score this spring, any age group?
Yeah,
You think so?
definitely, yeah.
You think they're going to put an end to that? So somebody
Unless the
drop a
Texans are
comment
playing.
and tell us who you think the next I guess the next highest score will be. I mean,
I don't know if that single A tournament works out for Darren, then maybe not.
43.
yeah. How do you feel about that? You think it's good?
I don't care. It's just league.
Yeah. Yeah, I know when he came on here to explain what the idea was behind it. I understood exactly what he was talking about. I mean, little leagues are dying because of the daddy ball, and he's just trying to provide an alternative to play, I guess. You
So
know?
he wants to do a single leg?
Yeah,
He
it's
should,
up and
he
running
should, he
already.
should do closed bases. To just let the
There you
kids
go.
enjoy the game.
I mean,
Focus on pitching.
Let's be real. He's really wanting to fill up his field for Monday through Friday. And you get little league ain't dying. Like I said, we have 2 leagues that I know of that have over 900 players. That's not dying.
I agree.
It may be dying in some places.
Yeah.
But I bet you those places are run terribly.
Yeah.
The league in Humble before a couple of years ago, I mean, they were down 500 players. Get a new board, starts changing things. We jump up to 600. Next season, 700. They're up to 900 this season. Granted, the Astros helped them.
Yeah.
But, I mean, a lot of changes can be because of boards. I mean, there's been people getting arrested for stealing money from leagues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the board makes a big difference. I mean, if you're a terrible board and you're not changing anything, you're out there with fields with grass in the dirt. Every season, parents are going to stop wanting to come. I mean, if you don't communicate well, parents are going to stop wanting to come. That's a huge thing. If your league can't communicate with the parents, then why are they going to go to you?
I agree.
So,
We had one of the Pearland Little League board members, Gilbert Avalos, here late last year. And we asked him, that was one of the questions I asked him. I'm like, why is Pearland so successful? Because here around the Pasadena area, on the southeast side, it's dying. That's why I say it. You know what I'm saying? Just from what I see. But you have, like you said, your areas where they're thriving. I think you're right. It comes back down to the board members, right? Somebody's tagging somebody on Daddy Ball.
I just got fired, I think.
You just got fired on
Yeah,
via comment. How you gonna get fired on the day you're actually at work?
Frank,
how you gonna fire this guy when he actually comes to work?
What's that supposed to mean?
Man,
I mean, obviously, if you're not doing as good as that one coach because you haven't scored 43.
I have not. I think the top was, 20? 21?
I don't
can't
know.
get there. I can't get there.
man, but
I tried. I'm not even gonna lie. I tried.
Just shoot for 43 in a weekend.
I told Frank I want to play double A. Make that happen.
Just go play an open tournament. Go play a Nations Open tournament.
Go play in Nations. Hey, how did you see the post earlier today about the guy that was complaining about the coronavirus from teams that are flying in from California?
Oh man.
You think he's trying to go to Beaumont? Since all the competitions in town, you think he's trying to get an easy ring? I mean, that's what I got out of that.
So we're playing in Beaumont?
Nah. You guys are.
Is there a tournament going on in Beaumont
I don't know.
that weekend?
Nations
I
probably.
think he's using an excuse not to play the NIT.
Probably. I mean, look, I know that there's cases in this virus going on is serious, but I don't know, man. Look, living in Pasadena for a long time, we've been trained for this.
For the coronavirus?
Yeah, all the chemical plants and power plants and plastic plants down the.
My wife's a teacher. If it happens, I'm gonna get it first.
That's true.
Yeah, but yeah, that was a funny comment. I know the comments were blowing up and stuff like that.
The guy who posted the water fountain. If you drink out of this, you're fine.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. Hey, but talking about real quick, let's touch on the S30. I got a couple guys that gave me a DM asking about what's going on for the tailgate. Okay, so let me go ahead and just talk about again what the tailgate is. We're gonna have a tent out there. We're gonna have Isa cookies. We're gonna try to have Ferrari Michelada Mix there available as well. Shout out to Brian Peel and the Sienna board for allowing us to set up center field of the main field, so we'll be able to call. Hopefully, Darren and all the U-Trip people are listening. Put all the badass games on that field, so we'll be able to cover them. But
So if you're not playing on the field, you're not a badass?
no,
Is that
I
what
mean
that
the
means?
thing is it's a quadrant. So like it's all 4 fields, but where we're setting up, it's in the outfield of the first field.
Yeah.
You know when you walk into Sienna,
No,
it's
never
on,
been
we scrimmage there with Coach Mike.
Oh, dude,
Yes.
that field is nice.
Yeah, right there. That's where it's
Did
at.
Steve make those?
No, I think Steve just owns
like
a
sponsored?
percent.
Yeah, percent of it.
Steve owns a percent, but
That's nice.
anyways,
Sienna pays for it.
Sienna plays for it. But anyways, we're gonna be set up there. We're gonna have hats. Hats will be on sale for $25. Shirts are gonna be on sale for $15. We are gonna do an Easter egg giveaway. So go ahead and write this down. We're gonna have one care package. All these are gonna happen on Saturday. We're gonna have one care package at Baseball USA. We're gonna have one at Siena. We're gonna have one at the Rack, and we're gonna have one at BLD. And what this is gonna consist of is gonna be a shirt or a hat, and they're gonna be just kind of like an Easter egg. We're gonna put them somewhere.
We'll take a
hide it
picture.
somewhere. Take a picture, and it'll be up for grabs for the first guy or the first female or kid that grabs it.
By the way, guys, I'm the one putting it in the rack, so none of y'all finding it because I'm keeping it. But y'all can keep looking. Jenkins, we're not hating on Nations. We're just sponsored by UTrip, right? No?
That's
Is
funny.
that not how it works?
No.
Oh,
That's
my
not-
bad,
No,
my
no.
bad.
We're not hating on Nations. Let me give you my opinion on Nations, Grant. I think Nations is good. Again, there's going to be two types of teams. You're going to have your very serious team that you're going to, I guess, train, compete, go play the big tournaments. Then you have your team that wants to develop. Then you have the team that just wants to play better competition. I've always been a person that believes that Nations is a great tool to use to have a new team, like a new team that's coming up, if you want to win and feel good about yourself. But if you want to play like UTrip, kind of like the higher ranked teams or the teams that have been playing for longer together are going to be there. So I'm not hating on Nations. I don't think I'll ever hate on any baseball organization that runs tournaments, but I feel that there's, I guess, levels to kind of like where teams could play. I know, a matter of fact, this week, I appreciate Coach Johnson coming in short notice. We were scheduled to have Raul Guerra from the Baseball Grind. Unfortunately, Raul could not be with us due to a family emergency, but the Grind is another place that can be used as development. And the reason why I'm bringing up the Grind is because C4 Bats is doing a tournament there, a wood bat tournament, where the winner gets how many bats is it?
I think it's 12 bats.
12 C4 bats. So, it's just like like people say, there's a team for everybody. I think there's tournaments for everybody as well. I mean, you get on the page and you'll see people kind of post stuff. You look around, so I wouldn't say we're hating on Nations, but I guess it's just not what we're playing,
Me personally, I love Nations. We've played almost exclusively Nations. In 3 years, I've played probably 9 games USSSA.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we're also more north side. I think if you're a north side team, you probably should play Nations. Best fields in the area are out in Nations.
And for Nations, they're playing where? In Scrapyard?
Well, they don't anymore. They don't do 14U. But
okay.
up until now, I'd look at my schedule. I'd see when Scrapyard tournaments. I'd plan my weekends for Scrapyard.
Oh,
because
yeah.
they're the best fields. I mean,
Yeah.
Especially with the rain here. Like this past weekend, we were scheduled to play USSSA, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, man, the weather's kind of sketchy. Let me find some turf fields. So my options for turf fields were go play at Premier. Very good chance I was going to get turf fields at Premier. USSSA, the odds are 50-50 maybe. So I jumped and went and played Nations instead, and we got turf fields. So
nice.
And that's how we usually plan our tournaments. I'm looking at the weather. I used to always schedule the tournaments. I'm playing here a month in advance. Now I just play on weekends. And then the weekend before, I go look with the weather and see where I should play based on the weather. If it's going to be sunny, then I don't care. But if it's going to rain, then I'll go try to play Premier or somewhere that I know I'm probably going to get turf fields.
Yeah. And out of all the fields in the city, which one's your favorite?
It's Scrapyard.
Scrapyard?
No question about it.
Yeah. What do you think, Santos?
So you rather play on turf?
If you gave me a great grass field, I'd rather play grass. But
Yeah.
there's none. There's no great grass fields.
I feel like grass fields will make a kid better, though.
Oh, for sure. Well,
So if I was the one running our tournaments, I would say we try to play in the most grass places we could find. Because turf, I mean, unless your high school has a turf, unless you're going to like Humboldt or something, you're most likely playing on a grass field. So you're going to play from 8 years old all the way to 14, you're going to play turf, and then you expect to be a good ball player in high school. when it's grass.
Yeah, I agree, but you have to have decent grass field. If you're going on a grass field that has bad flips and every ball you hit's taking a hop and you're getting hit in the face of the ball, you're going to get gun shy and it's going to hurt you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
so
for sure.
It's both ways. And so that's why, we practice on grass.
Yeah.
But if I'm playing, I'm playing on turf if it's raining. I love Rothwood. I think they're probably some of the better grass fields.
Yeah.
And so if I have a chance to go play out there, I'll go play Rothwood as well. But I do like grass. If I had a choice, good grass fields are better than turf. But
to answer your question, I've never been to Scrapyard and I've never been to Premier, so I couldn't tell you.
You'll like Scrapyard.
Yeah. Scrapyard's cool. They actually, I recently heard they took away the margaritas, right?
I know the rack is pretty
Micheladas.
nice. I know the rack is pretty nice, but it's just so far.
They still had them in the fall.
It's
they
just
did?
so far.
Yeah, but everyone talks about the speakers. Scrapyard's the worst for that because they have underground dugouts.
Yeah.
And so someone will put their speaker on this field over here and they'll blare that up, and you'll be 2 fields over and you cannot hear yourself think.
Man, that's tough. But hey, Scrapyard has a nice setup. I like the way that their setup is, especially like on the big stadium with the I guess like the scoreboard and all that.
Underground.
That's pretty cool. Man.
Yeah, they're real big on their softball. They have one almost dedicated softball field for their softball team.
Yeah, because they have a pro team that runs out of there, correct?
I believe so. Yeah.
That's cool.
But their fields are all pretty small. That's why.
What softball team is that?
Scrapyard. They're Scrapyard Dogs, I believe.
I saw them in the airport one time.
Yes, we've been out there before, and they've been playing
cool.
like the USA national team or stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that gets loud too because they blare the loudspeakers, and you're trying to play on the field next to them.
Real quick before I forget, next week we will be live. Again, the breaking news: we will be live. You guys saw Darren's email for the big tournament. We were on there. We're gonna be hosting a live show at the Hilton Gardens, I believe. That's what it's called, Julio, something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
And we're going to be running a live podcast.
Is that next week?
Next week.
Is that why you didn't extend my contract to one more week?
No, you're coming with me.
Oh, I'm coming?
You're coming with me.
Steve's gonna be out.
Because, again, everybody, the comments are about to blow up. Steve is out again next week.
Oh, my God.
Guess why? Take a guess, Coach.
He
Why do you
told
think
us.
Steve is out next week?
He told us last week.
He's on vacation, right?
Oh,
Okay,
no,
on
I
vacation.
remember.
Wow.
I remember. He's going to a concert.
He's going on Mark Anthony concert.
I do remember that. So are you getting employee of the month this month?
I think so.
Guess so.
Intern of the month.
See, Junior posted a picture. I was looking at the trophy. I wanted the trophy, and he
Nah,
thought
you
I
were
was
clapping
looking
at
him.
me. You were clapping at me.
But I definitely wanted that trophy for employee of the month, which I think I'm earned it.
Hey, but
I mean, I'm out here every week.
but
I'm taking my Fridays off.
Hey man,
for y'all.
but the people love you, man.
I mean, obviously not the girls, according to Mo.
hey, shout out to everybody that tagged me on their
On their
bangs posts. This is still the best one. It's not open. It's for tomorrow. I bought it. It's just sitting right here. But what you drink Bang?
Mm-mm.
No energy drinks.
Nope.
What do you think, Santos? Which one's the best flavor?
White Monster.
White Monster. What about you, Julio?
I haven't tried Bang yet.
White
Bang.
Monster.
I'll probably try it this weekend.
It's gonna be lit, bro. It's gonna get you
I'll
lit.
try that one that you have there.
Yeah. Be careful, man. It's fuel for your destiny.
Shout out to all my clients that bring me a White Monster before a lesson.
Also, did you guys read? There's a team in Pasadena that's a 9U team, and they're just throwing shots. The Pasadena 9U Cobras, they got their wish. They're playing their biggest rivals, and I quote: "What did the post say?" Let me pull it up. Let me pull this up. I screenshotted this because this was gold. It says Ronnie Smith says, sometimes the baseball gods give you exactly what you're hoping for. The first game of the season versus the team you know don't like you. 9U Cobras versus the question marks. Saturday night at Baseball USA. Tell us the field.
It's easy to figure out. And you can go research. I already know what two teams he's talking about.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know which one specifically he's talking about, but I know who he's playing.
Who?
He's playing either dirtbags or gamblers.
Ooh.
The Dirtbags.
Oh, it's got to be the
Cody's
Dirtbag.
team?
Cody's team. Oh,
Cody.
the Battle of Pasadena.
Is it Cody?
Yeah, I think so.
Did he just put a question mark? He didn't put an actual name?
No. We have a comment real quick, Coach. It says, "Is that the Rage Coach from Humble?"
Yep.
Yes, Grant. This is Coach Thomas
We
Johnson.
played them this weekend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they beat us in the semifinal game because I can't pitch.
Oh, nice. And
So it's a 9U. This is
How-
9U?
Yeah, it's a 9U. We got a Power Punch comment. Mark Anthony concert's gonna be lit.
Alfredo, this is a PG show.
No.
Just
But
with
so
a
you
little
know,
bit of alcohol.
so you know Grant then. So you got to meet him.
I know the name. Yeah, I shook
Okay,
his
cool,
hand.
cool.
But-
How's his team? Pretty good.
We're a select team. We almost beat them. We should have beat them.
Nice. All right.
but-
Cobra's from Magnolia. Oh, I'm thinking. Okay.
Yeah, 'cause
Sorry,
I was about
not
to-
Battle of Pasadena.
Yeah, because Cody's team, his 9U is actually 8, so I don't think he'd be.
Nothing. Oh yeah, you're right.
No,
They're
it's
probably-
an 8U. They're playing 9 and they have a 10U.
That's funny. But anyways, let me bring this up real quick. We had a big show for the Check Down podcast on Wednesday. Coach Art Browse was here.
Yeah, it was big.
Zach Head, Clear Falls head
It's a
coach,
Really good episode.
and the pride of Pearland, Kenny Samuels, was in the building. So shout out to Roy and Rob, man, for setting that up. It was a great show. And shout out to the Check Down podcast, which is brought to you by Tomato Can Promotions. So if you don't know what a tomato can is,
They
it's
gotta
somebody that is, say it, Julio, daddy ball, pretty much.
Unexperienced coach.
Unexperienced daddy ball. So that's what in the football world they call it, tomato cans.
So do you have to be both unexperienced to be daddy ball?
I don't know. That's a good question.
That is a good question.
Hit us up in the comments. Repeat that again, Coach?
Do you have to be unexperienced to be a daddy ball coach?
Okay. Do you have to be unexperienced to be a daddy ball coach? What do you guys think?
Yeah. What if he's a retired MLB guy and
Yeah.
coaches and his
Coaching his
sons on the
kid?
team?
Yeah.
coaches his kid.
I mean, like I said, at this time also, I want to go ahead and open up the phone lines if anybody wants to talk about daddy ball. So Julio's going to put the number on the comments, and we will be taking calls for the next
15 minutes.
15 minutes before we have our next guest join us. So go ahead and drop that, Julio. So there you go. If anybody wants to call in, talk about daddy ball, more than welcome. So let me ask you this, Coach. When's a good time to teach a curveball to a kid?
I said after dinner, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think people are too crazy about that stuff.
Yeah.
I tell them if you can use a good arm slot, I don't care.
Yeah, I started at 9. I mean, I'm not gonna coach a kid unless his parent asks, and I know they're gonna control their curveballs. But I mean, I learned at 9, and I was throwing it every other pitch at 9 years old. I swear.
I think the same way. If you're able to throw it,
Yeah.
right, go for it.
Yeah.
100% they're doing it at home anyways. And they're
Yeah.
probably using a wiffle ball, and that'll tear your arm
That's
up.
where I learned wiffle ball.
Yeah.
I was playing baseball, backyard baseball.
So
against-
teach us a little bit about the curveball, Santos. How do you teach your kids how to throw the curveball?
I just tell them think fastball all the way to right at release point, and that's when you turn and you just break your wrist. If you started too early, then you put a lot of pressure on the elbow. So I make sure it's a fastball until right the release, then you turn and just more on the wrist.
Yeah, and as you made your way through the MLB systems, did they teach you any special tricks, or I guess was it language that they would say different to try to get you to throw a better curveball? Do they even try to mess with the curveballs?
No. That's more something in instructional ball. And that's when you draft a kid who's 17 at a high school.
Okay.
And that's when they do more of the coaching aspect. But when you're already up there, it's more just a mental game. Just a mental game, and just know what to do in certain situations. It's not really going through your mechanics and breaking down your mechanics. I mean, because if you got that far, your mechanics are pretty much there, or they've got you that far. So why change it now?
Yeah.
Unless you're 6'8" and throwing 85, then all right, we need to work with that.
Yeah.
But I was throwing 90, 93, so there wasn't much speed I was going to get out of my little body.
Oh, okay. Make sure you scoot up the mic to
Right.
you, Santos.
Yes, sir.
Steve just text me. No, the reason why I asked that is because, we got JV. Even though JV is in the later part of his career, he's still throwing pretty hot. We turned Garrett Cole. We added how many miles per hour to his fastball? 4 or 5, something like that. So that's the reason why I asked that question. You've been through that. You know what it takes. So that's the reason why I asked. I'm like, do they try to give you advice? Is it language? If they don't mess with it, is it just?
That's just some more when you're I feel like your best coaches are actually your teammates. They're the ones that will give you the advice. The coaches won't really mess with you too much. It's too much out of their pay rate, I guess. But whenever I was playing in the big leagues in Mexico and I was playing with ex-big leaguers, that's when I actually learned a lot of stuff by the ex-big leaguers.
Yeah.
And I was my locker buddy was Andy Chavez, played with the Mets for a couple of years, and he was just teaching me how to pitch to certain guys. If I saw this is what I should throw them. When they're looking for this, make sure you're going off speed. You know, little stuff like that really made me a better pitcher.
Nice. Awesome. Look, real quick, we've been talking about daddy ball. What about mommy ball? Have you seen that, Coach? Mommy ball?
No, I've never
No,
seen
not
it.
really.
What is mommy ball? Is that?
Yeah, Sean, give us a call. Tell us exactly what mommy ball is. But it says,
Can you tag her? Can you tag her,
yeah,
Sean?
tag the mommy
That
ball.
would be hilarious.
She hit
Where the
on-
moms be yapping and yapping, driving the team into the stands. I mean,
that would be awesome, Sean. You
that
just tag her.
that fits the description of a few people that I know. But
I mean, because I'm
those
thinking
things
of a person, and if you were tag them, this show would go pretty crazy. So, Sean, if you can do us a favor and just tag her, take a shot or something, and then
Do those teams last?
the mommy balls?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, when I say that I've experienced it, I've seen it on other teams.
But that's kind of my opinion about all this. If you have a daddy ball team, how long does that team last? If it's a legit daddy ball team where the
Question.
kid is not good, how long does the team last?
I would say it depends. I mean, I guess.
I don't think it'll last long
So
because the other parents will get frustrated, right?
But
And they'll just leave.
it's
Okay.
more if they don't know any better. I would say it'll last as long as the other parents don't open their eyes. You know, if they're not noticing the problem, then it's gonna keep going,
So
wouldn't
if
it?
you don't notice it's a daddy ball, it's kind of like the whole thing. If the tree falls, and
Yeah.
you don't hear it.
Yeah, pretty much. Like if you're not looking for it, if you don't know the game, if you don't know what to look for in daddy ball, or in this case, mommy ball, I mean, it's gonna go until somebody says something.
Yeah.
Sean says that I'll face any dad, but I ain't messing with those mamas.
Sean, come on.
But don't say
Sean.
you ain't seen it.
Sean, come on, Sean, just do it. Do it.
Shout out to Sean Holton out there. He knew exactly what we're talking about with the tomato cans. Anyways, Miss Beth said, sad day, no margaritas. No. I think there is still margaritas.
Yeah, I think
Coach
it
Thomas
micheladas.
confirmed that there is margaritas.
There were in the fall.
Beth, are you a crazy mom?
Yeah. Miss Beth, are you crazy?
We
She
need-
she always has her Yeti cup. I know that.
We need answers. And I want some drama in this show.
Shout out to Jason Shields that just tuned in. Shout out to our boy Nick Saban out there as well. Timothy Johnson says, at 12U majors, every team is throwing multiple pitches, including a curveball. Very few don't. Started seeing it at 11U, not many at 10U, mainly fastball changeup.
That's my brother, by the way.
Okay. So,
So you should delete them. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Timothy.
so you guys saw that firsthand then pretty much, right?
Yeah.
I was never playing majors.
Okay.
Honestly, we see mostly just fastball, curveball. Sit forever.
Yeah.
So what'd you see at the Elite, Junior?
All right, so this is gonna be Santos' first like full year as a head coach, right? For the teams. So
unless Frank fires me after the
so
show.
I told Santos is kind of new to all this scene. I've been in it for a while, so I kind of told Santos, I'm like, look, we're going to the Elite, right? We get to the Elite, and I'm talking to him about, look, once you get to these high level tournaments, I mean, you got kids at 9, 10, they have 5 pitches, man. I mean, fastball, changeup, curveball, slider, cutter, or whatever combination you want. Two seam, etc. So Santos didn't believe me. All right, so he got there a little bit late after a couple of the pool games, so we stayed and to watch which was it 10U? 10U? Yeah, it was 10U at the time. So this was during the summer, 10U, and we're watching this, and I mean these kids are just spitting curveball. I mean, out of 10 pitches, like 8 of them were curveballs, and like one of them was like a slider, and then the other one was a fastball. And Santos is just like with his mouth like just open. He's like, dude, I thought you were messing around. I'm like, no, it's serious. Like the game has evolved at that level because everybody's worried about this. You know what I
Like
mean?
a legitimate curveball or
Like
a
legit.
slow?
No,
Legitimate.
it was legit.
I see a lot of curveballs that are
Yeah.
just a slow pitch that
No.
drops.
Well, it's because it was the Elite 30, so it's like the best teams out there. So there's not going to be many pitchers that just lob up a spinning ball, you know?
Yeah, 'cause I haven't seen many good curveballs going 40 miles per hour.
Yeah, if they're throwing that slow spinning ball, then they'll at least 3 to 5 of those kids can hit it out. So if you throw that, it's gonna go a long way. But in the Elite 30, man, at 10U, I would say per at bat it was like 2 or 3 curveballs. Like if it was a 5-pitch at bat, it was like 2 or 3 of them were curveballs.
Mm-hmm.
First pitch.
And first pitch curveball. If it's a big kid, first pitch curveball. And then probably like a inside fastball and then another curveball away. Like they were just throwing curveballs. Because it was a win or go home situation. Every game I was watching was a win or go home. So they were throwing their best guys. I mean, there was this kid from Atlanta. He was the only pitcher I've seen that was mostly throwing fastballs. And he was throwing, I don't know, what was his speed?
75.
I'm guessing he was big.
Yeah. Oh, he was like 5'7", at 10 years old.
Yeah.
I was looking up to this kid.
Yeah, it's one of the things that my team's been in Double-A for the 2 years we've been around. When you go up, I feel like you go up the levels, you get bigger consistently across the board, no matter what age group it is. Yeah. And I think that's a big reason why some teams stay Double-A, which I've had some big kids too, so I'm not saying that's why my team's Double-A. But if you go, we played like a 13U major team, and every kid's as big as my biggest kid. Mm-hmm. I'm like, geez, these kids are a year younger. And even 12U major teams, a lot of them, they have kids that are bigger than my 14-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
No,
Steve's team.
Yeah, if you go watch Steve's team, I think the shortest player or the shortest person on that team is actually Nick Saban, his actual coach, because everybody's so dang tall. I have a question right here. When it comes to wanting to play college ball, how important is it to play high school baseball now?
You want me to answer that one?
Go ahead, answer.
I would say there's got to be a reason of why he didn't play high school. I mean, if he went to a bad high school, then I guess a college coach can understand that. But if it's like Adobe and he's just not on the team, but you rather, since he's not playing what you want him, he's not going to do it and just play select, I would say the college coach is going to look at that and talk to the high school coach. Hey, why didn't this kid play high school? And we say, well, the parent was an issue, so he took the kid out the team. I mean, that's going to come up if a college coach is really interested in your kid. He's going to ask why. I mean, because I was a college coach, so a big thing in recruiting, you have to know what kind of parent you're getting, especially if it's in town, because Texas Southern was in town. So the kids we're recruiting in Houston were mostly in town, so they were going to be at every game. We don't want a crazy mom or a crazy dad in the stands.
Does that happen, that kids don't go to high school?
Huh?
That don't play high school and they try to go to college?
Yeah.
Are they usually good or are they usually bad?
It depends. I mean, because some kids will go to like a private school where they don't have a baseball team. So, and they'll just play select. And if you have those, I mean, in North Houston, like right above Houston, I don't know, before College Station, you have a lot of those little small 2A high schools. And you have, like, I have a friend who got drafted. He was throwing like 96. He didn't play high school because he was too good for that high school. He just played select. But he threw 96, so.
Damn.
Yep.
So, I mean, you coached high school last year, so you know about the process. I mean,
oh, yeah.
What, are high school kids working hard, man?
No, not at all. That's why I'd rather coach my 11-year-old team, who I know every kid there is working their tail off, than coach a high school with a bunch of high schoolers that are, I mean, the girls thing was a huge deal. The alcohol was a huge, I mean, partying, that's huge in high school. And, I mean, you'll have a Saturday practice. My kids are hungover. I'm like, dude, you're 18. How are you hungover in practice?
How'd you do it?
Huh?
Wait,
what? What are you talking, Junior? What?
This
is about the kids. This is about the kids, Junior.
I just messing around. Real quick, via our Ferrari Michelada Mix Hotline, we have one of our special guests for tonight as well. We have Coach Mike Jacob from Marucci Elite. Welcome, Coach.
Hey, fellas, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, you were at the game right now. How was the atmosphere at the College Baseball Classic?
Yeah, I left about 8:30. It was man, that place was packed. I think Texas was winning 3-2, but yeah, it was the whole bottom section of Minute Maid was full. I mean, awesome college atmosphere, and of course, you know, I'm an Aggie, so I didn't really care who won. be honest with you. But yeah, we left because we got an 8:15 game in the morning, so I had to get home and get some shut eye tonight. So
yeah, hey, you got the legend special for tomorrow, man.
yeah,
Hey,
8:15. Hey, at least we get our afternoon. We're 8:15 and 12:15. So we get the afternoon.
hey, there you go. That's the spirit.
Yeah,
That's the attitude we like in the Legends.
Hey, Coach, real quick, and Super NIT's coming up. I know you got the 9s and the 11s. Talk to me a little bit about them. Are you excited? Are both teams going to be competing? What are your plans?
Yeah, man. So both teams are going to get after it next weekend, and I'm bummed because last year our 10s got to play in our home field. We got to play out in Siena, but I don't think either team's going to get to play out there. But yeah, man, this tournament's going to be wild, man. I think last I looked at 11U, there's 40 something teams.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And then 9, I think I looked today, and there's in the upper 20s, so yeah, it doesn't get much better than this at this age group. I mean, the level of ball that's being played is it's bizarre, but it's good for the kids, man, and the kids are excited, and parents are excited, and it's a fun deal, man. It's a good time of year. So.
Yeah, and let's talk about the 9s real quick.
Yeah.
Excuse me. We have the NIT coming up. You mentioned all the teams that are coming up, and we were just talking about curveballs and pitching and all that stuff. How are you expecting to deal with the pitching as far as the 9U team goes? What is your strategy going on here? Are you teaching a curveball? Or are you just going with the fastball changeup? How are you practicing for this? Because we got a team from Florida coming out. We got a couple of the Cali teams coming out. Teams from all over the state. I know the 9U division is going to be jam packed. Probably one of the funnest divisions that weekend.
Yeah. Strategy for pitching at 9 is throw strikes. I laugh, but it's all kidding aside. It's walks at any level will kill you. But walks at that age, I would say 9.5 times out of 10 that run is going to score, that walk is going to score. So. We're just trying to work on consistency. The last thing on my mind at that age is a curveball. Now I know a couple kids can work, what they call, in quotations, a changeup. But at the end of the day, if we can throw strikes, I want the other team to hit the ball. Defensively, we pride ourselves on defense. So. I'll put our teams up defensively against any team out there. So if we can get teams to hit the ball and they hit it in the gaps, then sometimes you just got to tip your hat to them. But defensively, I feel confident in my group that we're going to make the play. So if we can avoid giving free passes, then that's my strategy.
Nice. And for this team, did you guys start pitching an 8U, or is this y'all's first year as far as pitching goes?
Yeah. I mean, we played one tournament last year with this group up in Kid Pitch, but it was just kind of an impromptu thing. I think it was a Sunday only deal because Saturday got rained out and they just kind of combined everything, and but a lot of the boys on the team. Get side lessons on their own, mine included. But everybody just kind of gets their work on or at least up to this point is kind of prepared for this point. But we didn't really do any kid pitch last year. My main focus last year was to really focus on fundamentals and get the fundamentals of the game down, because that's something that you're going to have to live with the rest of your baseball career. So fielding a ground ball, catching a fly ball, proper, bat and hitting a ball and that kind of stuff. So that's really what we tried to focus on, because, you can always build off that. And then we knew the big elephant in the room, the pitching was going to come, but kids had already started working on their own on private lessons and that kind of thing. So that's kind of the route we went.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Hey, I
Yeah.
want to give you thanks for inviting us over for a scrimmage a couple weeks ago, man. Even though it was really cold, it was a good time for both teams, man. I mean, we put in some
Yeah,
good
you
work.
guys took it to us, man. And we, you know, it was cold, but you guys didn't. It didn't seem too cold for you guys that night. But yeah, it was. That was good, man. We, you know, we're fortunate enough to have the facilities out here to do that kind of stuff. So, like I told you before, you know, anytime you guys are welcome to come out and get after it. So
Nice. And are you excited for the 11U? That bracket seems loaded as well. All major brackets, you know.
yeah, I mean, I was talking to somebody the other day. I can't remember who it was, but it just seems like this 11U. And I know there's a lot of tough teams at every age group, but it just seems like this 11U specifically, there's just a ton of talent. You know, not just specifically Houston, but you know, the teams that are coming in, you know, and players, you know, that are picking up with other teams. Like we took our 11U team last year when they were 10 to the perfect game in Atlanta, and I heard you guys talking about pitching and that kind of thing at the 10U Elite last year, but a lot of the same teams were at that perfect game. And I mean, it's the pitching alone at that age, at this age level, it's crazy. I mean, not just velocity, but just command.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm not seeing a whole lot of curveballs, spinners, you know, sliders, that kind of thing. But what more specifically I'm impressed with is just command and ability to paint the corners and really just from a baseball IQ standpoint of a pitcher at this age, it's really just, it's crazy. And I mean, if you can do that at this age level, I mean, you know, down the road, you're going to need a curveball or a slider, or, you know, but if you can develop command of a high velocity fastball and an off speed, you know, changeup and, you know, hit the corners and keep it low. I mean, there's really no need for a curveball at this level, you know? So, but yeah, I mean, it's back to your original question. The 11U bracket is, I mean, it's crazy, man. There's a lot of good talent. It's really fun just to watch how baseball has evolved at this age over this short amount of time. So
Yeah, no, I agree. I have Santos here with me. He said
Hey,
he said it wasn't cold that one day we went over there.
What? I was pissed. I was like, I think I had just flown in from Florida. I had just flown in from Florida, and they're like, "Hey, we have a scrimmage." So I mean, I had missed the last practice, so I was like, "All right, well, I have to go." I show up and it's like 37 degrees or something.
Oh God! Well, you gotta realize out in Siena, it's always, whatever the temperature is, it's always about 4 to 5 degrees colder out at Camp Siena. And it's down outside the levee out there, and it's just in this little wind tunnel.
Yeah, and
it
wasn't
seems
even
like it's always colder out there, and you know, I went out last night to practice with my nines at about 5:15, and I was in shorts and a t-shirt. And about 9:15, when we're finishing up with the 11s, a couple of the other coaches were like, "Dude, what's wrong with you? Why are you in shorts and a t-shirt?" It's like they're all stocking caps and sweatshirts, and I was like, it was 66 degrees when I came out here. So, but yeah, in preparation for the 10s next week, Junior, you know, prepare yourself. Have an extra jacket or something out there because it always is colder out there.
Yeah, I know.
But
hopefully, I know you guys, the 11s are at the rack, and the 9Us, I believe, is going to be at Baseball USA. But we're going to be down the street at Siena in the big 10U tailgate. So hopefully we can see you there, or you can stop by or something like that.
Hopefully I can come by. I mean, you know, depending on, you know, when the times are. Shoot, if the 11s are at the rack, I mean, we might as well spend the night somewhere up there. That's that's a pretty good ways from Siena. That's halfway to College Station. But yeah, hopefully time permits to come out and catch some of the game, because I heard there's some pretty good ball clubs at the 10U level coming out there too. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. And right before we let you go, just talk to us a little bit about kind of like your spring plans for the 11s or the 9s. Where you guys planning to play this summer, and what are the goals for the team? That way, for all the viewers listening, they can they kind of get an idea of where Marucci Elite 9U and 11U will be doing. You know.
Yeah. So I'll start with the 9s. I mean, we've got. I'm not looking at the calendar right now, but I've got a calendar laid out for pretty much all the tournament weekends we're going to play. Obviously next weekend in the NIT, I think the other NIT we're going to play in is the one in Beaumont. That's usually a pretty good NIT. A lot of the Louisiana teams come over, but for the most part, we're going to stay, here locally. Probably play primarily U-Trip. Our team just got got the bump to majors this past week, so. We're pretty stoked about that and excited about the challenge ahead of us for that group. But for the end of the summer, it's still a couple options open as far as what we want to do, as far as quote unquote World Series or what we want to do. So we're looking at our options, but we're excited just to continue to compete and develop these boys and see just how much they've grown just in the last basically month and a half that we've been playing, and how they've adapted to the game. So I'm excited about that and see what the majors level, how they can handle that and can compete. For the 11s, same kind of deal. We're gonna play in the NIT. We're gonna go to the Beaumont NIT. I think we'll go to the Austin NIT. I believe that Syntax NIT or whatever you call it, but I believe they just redid all those fields out in Dripping Springs or whatever. Some company bought all those fields out there and redid them all. So excited to see. That's always a pretty good competitive tournament. We played in it last year and came up short in the quarterfinals there. But and then primarily stay locally here, and then. The 11s, we're excited. We got an invite to play in the USA Futures in Cary, North Carolina, at the end of June. So we're pretty pumped about that. That's a really neat opportunity for the boys to go play out there and really get the chance to set themselves in a position to potentially play and compete for a spot on the USA team. So, I don't think that ultimately that's our expectation. We want to go out there, and anytime we take the field, we want to go out and win a tournament. But we know the caliber of teams that are going is going to be, the tournament's stacked. It's basically like another Elite 32. So, we're excited. So we're going to try to continue to prepare and compete at the high level. And, anytime you play in an 11U major tournament in Houston, it's preparing you to play in those tournaments. So, we're pretty excited about that.
That's awesome, Coach. Well, I appreciate you giving us a call and getting on the show. Yeah. And shout out to Steve Fiedler as well. And I'll see you guys next week, man, and we'll stay in touch. And good luck, Coach.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on. We'll look forward to seeing you out at the deal next Friday.
Okay, sounds good, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, have a good one. Bye now.
Okay, so again, just for a recall, that was Mike Jacob from Marucci Elite, Texas, 9U major now. Congratulations, and 11U major. So, also shout out to my boy Brian Jacobus from Seattle, Washington, watching the show. He just sent me a text mid show and said he's excited. I'll be seeing those guys next week, and safe travels to all of the teams that are coming out of town for this tournament. I know we got Cali, Florida, New York, Detroit, all over. So, yeah. Are you guys playing in that, Coach?
Nope.
No.
That's the weekend before spring break, which is bad for parents.
Oh, that's right. Is y'all spring break different than I'm assuming, right? When is y'all's week for spring break?
It's The 9th, I guess,
The
or
9th.
that weekend.
Oh, okay,
it's
okay,
the
okay.
week after that tournament.
It's the 9th, right? It's the same week. Yeah. Oh, okay. Because I was talking to some of the coaches that are flying
It's
in.
the same as us.
Yeah, but some of the I remember, like, I guess most of the Texas, Houston area, they'll have the same. But like, I know that the people from California, they're on spring break now, and the people from like New Jersey and Detroit, their spring break is like 2 weeks after ours. So like, some kids will be missing school, but there'll be some good baseball. So shout out to them. Also, Travis Aldridge says safe travels to all the folks going to Beaumont during the NIT. So shout out to all the teams that are not playing in the NIT. And we'll be traveling to Beaumont.
That coronavirus, huh?
The coronavirus is hot topic, man. Shout out to Steve Medina that keeps texting me. But here we go. I got one question for you guys. All right, this is a question that they dropped it about 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, I
but
saw that.
and I'm gonna give you guys my opinion, and then I'll let you guys follow on this. At what age do you try to teach leadership on the team? How do you help a talented kid become a leader? Sons and tenure. This is my opinion. This is how I see this, right? I believe that you're either born a leader or you're not.
Is that a direct quote from Steve?
That is a direct quote from Steve. But Steve's is different. Steve's was talent or something like that. You're either born with it or you're not. I personally think leadership is a trait that you're born with. You can gain attributes. You can gain leadership or learn to be a leader. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I view myself as somebody that's not a follower. I've always have. So it's kind of like, I guess, like DNA. What do you guys think?
I believe it's something that goes with confidence also. Because I believe I didn't become a leader till my junior year of college. Because, I was the best player in my high school. One of the best players from, like, my junior year. My sophomore, junior, senior year, I was one of the best players. But I was a very independent kind of, like, me guy, which is a bad trait to have. Until I got to college and seeing older guys, I wanted to be like them. So whenever they left, I took their spot, As being one of the best pitchers in my college, became the ace, the starter, the game one guy, I had to become now the leader to the younger freshmen coming in. Mm-hmm. So, I believe it's just something you just go with confidence. Once you have that confidence, I believe that's when the leadership will kick in.
I think a lot of it is born, but I think it also changes as you mature. If you're 9 years old, your personality is going to be completely different than it is when you're 13 or hit puberty. So if you're a leader at 9, who's the leader? It's probably the better kid who's the most outgoing. That's where the kids go to. He's the funny one. That's going to be their leader. But at 13, that kid may just stayed immature and stayed funny and then not played as hard. Yeah, and then so the other kids don't look at him as a leader anymore. Yeah. Like I had a parent in 12U come to me and say, hey, my kid's doing some – scholastic scholarship thing or whatever, and she wanted me a recommendation from me, and what part of it was is this kid a leader? I'm like, he's not a leader, he is the best player on the team and he's the most outgoing, so kids gravitate towards him, but he's not a leader. Yes. In that aspect, he's just popular. Yes. I don't think that's the same thing. I think like the leader on my team is one of the better kids, but he's also the one that works his tail off the whole time. He's the one in practice and that's diving for baseballs to the point where, like, dude, stop, you're going to hurt yourself. That's the leader on our team. Yeah. And he's not really a big talker.
Not a vocal guy, yeah.
Yeah, and he will talk and he'll call you out, but that's the leader on our team. I think you show it more than you say it.
Like an early trait of a good leader is someone who does something, like a player who does something without the coach having to get onto him. Kind of like a leader with, like, how do you say
school and stuff?
Huh?
Talking about like school and stuff? Or?
No, just like on the field.
Yeah.
Somebody who just takes control of what they're doing. Like, doesn't need somebody babysitting them. They're working hard, doing what they got to do without a coach having to tell them.
Yeah. Well, real quick, let's bring in the leader of all leaders. The man, the myth, the legend. The Rolex wearing, jet flying, C4 bat cutting. Steve Medina is in the building once again. The fans are wanting Steve.
I gotta be
Steve. We want Steve. We want Steve.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sadly.
I had to come outside, man, because man, they're going hard in there, them parents, dude. So
Hey, man, real
I-
quick, the question. Answer the question. The question is, at what age do you try to teach leadership on the team? How to help a talented kid become a leader? I want to hear your take.
man, that's pretty tough, dude. Wow. Man, I think the kid either has it or they don't have it, man. But that's just my opinion. Um, are you talking about was the topic is trying to teach people or trying to teach somebody how to be a leader? Or is
Yes.
that
Yes.
Ooh, man, that's tough.
Are
That's
you
tough.
with me on that? That you're either born with it or you're not, or are you with kind of like Santos says that it's and Coach Thomas says that you can, you're born with it or you're not, but you can develop and work on leadership as you grow up.
Yeah. You know what? I agree with both of you guys on that. I mean, it all depends on the kid. Sometimes you're gonna have kids that are just born with it and are natural born leaders. But then sometimes you can also train somebody to be a leader or develop them to be a leader. So I think it's all going to be based on the kid. I know that's a cop out answer right now, but I truly believe that you're not wrong on whatever side you want to be on. To be quite honest with you.
Yeah. Let me. Hey, dude, are you just walking around the parking lot or what's going on, dude?
He looks suspicious, like he's doing no good or something.
Listen, what happened? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear. We got an echo.
Are
Again.
you in a safe zone? That's all we're worried about. Are you safe? You keep looking around like somebody's gonna come behind you. Are you safe, Steve?
No, I'm very safe. Listen, I'm dude. They got the table going on over there with nothing but tequila shots. I'm trying to stay away from them because it's not Cavalry out tequila, so I can't drink it. But yeah, man, they're going, man, they're partying hard. I'm trying to stay away from that, man. Trying to stay away from that.
You're making me dizzy, Steve. You're making me dizzy.
Hey,
Stop moving.
Make sure you have the bulletproof vest back.
Nah, dude. Hey, shout out to the person from Kentucky who was watching.
Yeah.
Did y'all see that?
Hell yeah! Shout out Kentucky, man. They were tuning in. We had another city as well, Georgia checking in. Shout out to Georgia, man. Shout out. Our comments hasn't really been popping today, but I know the viewers have been tuning in and sending a bunch of likes and stuff. So I know they're enjoying what we're talking about. So, hey, man.
Yeah.
Now that we got this whole video situation going on, are you gonna go live next week from the Mark Anthony concert?
You know what? I probably am.
That would be awesome, dude. We probably wouldn't be able to hear you at all, but
Not as long as you hear Mark Anthony, it doesn't matter if you hear me, right?
Do we have to say we don't own rights to the song playing like before you put you on? I don't want the podcast going broke. I know we're finally making money.
Hey, just put it on like them guys do it on Twitch. Just give me a PlayStation controller and I act like I'm playing.
Right. That's exactly how. So, hey man. So how much longer y'all got to go, man?
Man,
you almost done with the show or what?
Yeah, we're out here just chopping it up, man. Just talking about all kinds of topics. But while we're here, go ahead.
In studio guest today?
What happened?
In studio guest?
Yes. We have Coach Thomas Johnson. He's in the building.
Oh.
He's right here. Yeah. He's here, man.
Georgia. Oh, good. Glad he was able to make it.
Yeah. No, we appreciate it. It's a long drive from Atascosita, but it's gonna get, we
gotta make that drive in the morning, Junior.
Yeah. Hey, but there's a lot of people out there taking pride in these 8:00 games, man.
8:00 what, in the morning?
Yeah, Coach Mike Jacob that just got off the phone with us has an 8:00 game. That's why we have to cut his interview a little short. He's probably gonna send me a text right now, but.
So from the standpoint of, you get it in, get it out, and you got the rest of the day to do whatever. Yeah, but man, them 8:00 games, man, got it. Ooh.
Especially when you take tequila shots before.
What's that?
Especially when you're taking tequila shots before.
Hey man, real quick, Steve. Go ahead.
What's up?
Oh no.
I'm coming back home with 8 bottles of Cava Real.
Ooh. Here we go.
If only you were to make the next show, it would be pretty awesome.
Hey, man. Hey, Steve, we started a trend, bro. Big Boss Darren Larson just dropped a comment, said, we get a lot of requests for 8 o'clock games now. Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, well then, whoever requests an 8 o'clock game, give it to them.
Hey,
Dude,
also,
hey,
go ahead.
Before I go, listen, I saw on my post, I saw the umpire in the state of Texas hands down.
Hey, talk to us about that, man. I was gonna bring it up. I have it here in my notes.
Okay, so check this out. So it was shout out. Okay, so I don't know what other Houston teams are here except for Dobie and who else? Memorial. And shout out to the Blue and Gold Milby. They're here as well. So I just want to, and I'm sure there's other schools here, but man, I ain't got time for all that. But so shout outs to Milby, Dobie, and Memorial for being here. But listen, so yesterday during the game, a kid hits a grand slam, dude. So I'm in the press box, and it's a clear home run, right? So the team's jumping up and down, grand slam. This dude from behind the plate throws his arms up. So right then I told the guy, I said, hey, he's calling it foul. And the guy that was up there from the border Olympics said, nah, there's no way. And I was like, yeah, he's calling it foul. Sure enough, dude, he called it foul. And I'm talking about, when you're looking at a foul ball with the ball, if you're looking at the pole and you're looking at the ball, and the ball goes behind the pole, that's a home run, right? Yeah. If you were to see the ball, then it's a foul ball. So it went behind the pole. So what the coach, I talked to the coach afterwards, and he didn't want to come on air because he was pissed off. I asked him, I said, hey, coach, I said, what did the umpire tell you? He said, the umpire said that the ball was on the right side of the foul pole when it crossed behind the foul pole. So it's a foul ball. And I'm like, really? Are you serious? He said, yeah, that was his explanation. So he explained to him that it was actually a fair ball, but he called it foul. So, but that's not even the worst part. So they took away the grand slam. Two batters later, a kid was batting. He turns in his left shoulder. The ball hits him in the shoulder, ricochets off the helmet, right? And so the kid's running to first base because he got hit. Everybody saw it. You get that ooh, ah stuff. Because he got hit, the umpire's like, come back. He's like, it's ball 2. And the kid's like, what are you talking about? I got hit. And the guy says, no, it's ball 2. And now at Ochoa Field where we're at, it was like real close. I mean, you're like, the field's like right on. I mean, the fence like right on top of the field. So you're kind of like right there. And the coach he goes, are you serious? He's like, yeah, coach. He goes, that was ball 2.
Hey, but the home run, did the umpire lose it in the lights or what?
There's no lights. It's daytime, bro. Everybody saw it. It was a home run.
That was funny.
Hey,
I was waiting to crack that one up.
So check this out. So while I'm at this game, right? So my boy Cookie Ibarra, he was there because his high school team was going to play the next game. So I get a text later on that night from my boy Cookie. It says, hey, dude, I got kicked out of the game by that same ump because he missed a call that was just as bad as the first game. And I was like, damn. So I haven't had a chance to talk to Cookie, but man, he was a terrible umpire, man. So shout out.
Can we bring him onto the show? Have him explain himself?
For what?
You should have done an XFL interview and gone over there real quick. Hey, I'm from the Wind Up Podcast. I'm Steve.
Dude, so they whisked him away. I mean, it wasn't like police escort or whatever, but they got him off the field quick. I mean, it was pretty bad, dude. So,
oh my god,
so
sorry,
let everybody know that bad umpires everywhere, even in Tasso. But that happened. But other than that, man, it's been pretty good. Tomorrow, I'm gonna meet with the Dawn of Select Baseball in Laredo, Mr. Adrian Castillo. I'm gonna see him tomorrow at Slaughter Park, and so I'm gonna be with Select Royalty Junior. So
Man.
We'll see what happens.
That's the best. That's the best team out there in South Texas, huh?
Who's that?
Coach Castillo's team. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Coach Castillo. Yeah. Coach Castillo. Yeah. So gonna hook up tomorrow. Gonna hook up with my man Angel Carrillo too. So man, just getting a lot of love here in Laredo. Getting the best seats everywhere. So yeah, it's good to be with the Wind Up.
Except where you're sitting right now.
We need to go.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, man. I'm kind of upset at you. You leave and you let Nick Saban borrow your jet, and he flies out to Vegas, man, and he doesn't take us. What's up with that?
Yeah, well, I already had commitments to come to Laredo, so I didn't get the invite. I'm going to assume it's because I was in Laredo, but I don't know.
Man.
But yeah.
Nick
Oh,
Saban
yeah,
out
he's a
there
big
enjoying
fan.
life.
Huh?
Say Nick Saban out there enjoying life, getting ready for the Las Vegas Raiders.
Number one, baby. Super Bowl in about 10 years.
Tom Brady?
At,
Tom Brady this year?
Tom Brady's not coming to the Raiders.
Okay.
That's funny.
Nah, so we got to do some stuff. But, man, it was a good show. Been listening to it. So good job today, Santos. Thanks for coming in, dude.
Always.
Yeah, we're gonna have to extend his contract for next week because
One
we're
more
gonna
week, huh?
need a hands at the big coaches gathering at the hotel next week, man.
Yeah. So did you announce it where everybody's going to meet at and all that stuff?
Yes,
Junior,
sir. Let me announce it one more time. We're gonna be at the Hilton Garden Inn by Baseball USA. It'll be the same hotel where all the teams that are flying in are gonna be staying at. We have a dedicated area that was given to us with we're going to be streaming interviews live, so we'll start the show next week. We might start it about half an hour early depending on what time we get there and set up, but we're going to try to go for about 2 hours and give you guys the content. And I need you to submit your picks for the S30 because I'm going to announce them live on the show next week. I know I've been saying that I'm going to keep doing it, but I think next week's probably the best time to do it.
what picks are you talking about?
The winners, yeah, the winners. Who I think is gonna win the tournament for each division.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
Well, that should spark up some controversy. So
yeah, no. Go ahead.
But all in fun. So it's
Yeah.
all good. But yeah, boys. So the good show. Guys look good, sound good. Thank you once again to Mr. Johnson, Coach Johnson, for coming in, and Julio for setting this Skype interview up. So it's been fun. So, I'll be back in Houston on Sunday, and I'll holler at you boys.
All right, man.
Cool?
Safe trip, man, and good. Tell Coach Torres good luck tomorrow, man. Shout out to all the Pasadena schools putting in work, including Milby.
Yeah, blue and gold, baby.
All right, brother.
So, hey, y'all be good, man.
Okay, man. Alrighty. Laters. Bye, Steve. All right, so that was brought to you by the Ferrari Michelada Mix Hotline. Let me go ahead and drop. Follow us on every platform at the Wind Up HTX. Also, give our sponsors a follow on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Issa Cookie and at C4 Bats and at Ferrari Michelada Mix. So we'll, just give us a follow, show us some love. Julio, give us the update on the website, bro.
Website's almost here. I'd say about maybe. I know I said the end of this week, but we're still working on it. So
yeah,
we got finishing touches.
You said that 3 weeks ago, bro.
Yeah, no, but we're actually doing a lot of stuff to it. We're gonna have the picture of the week. We're gonna announce all the winners, the rankings, et cetera, et cetera. So shout out to our sponsors for making this happen. And then also, man, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Great news, though. Great news. I'll be on another week.
Yeah.
My contract is extended another week.
Another 10-day extension for Santos.
10. Well, I thought it was 7. 7.
Oh yeah, no, I was thinking NBA
Okay.
contract.
Oh.
So we're gonna record on that Friday,
Yes.
and then we're gonna record on the Monday.
Oh
after.
yeah. So again, like Julio said, we are gonna record Friday night at the Hilton Garden Inn. We're going to be at the tailgate next Saturday at Sienna Plantation. We will set up there at 10 in the morning and stay there till about 5, 6. So if you're looking to get hats or shirts or a picture or some of the Ferrari Michelada Mix or what?
Fajita? No cooking?
Yeah. We're probably going to do a little bit of something, but just come and hang out with us. Show us some love. The hats we're going to have out there are fitted caps with 3D puff print. You guys are going to enjoy those. And we're actually going to show you guys our exclusive truck measure cap for all the hunters, fishermen, outdoors dads that love going to the games with their Yeti cups. So that's going to be pretty cool. And Sunday will be a day off for the wind-up crew. We're going to be enjoying bracket play. But Monday, we will be at Baseball USA. We will be streaming the semifinal and championship games. We're going to put a poll out in the morning. And what we're going to do is whoever wins out the poll is we're gonna we're gonna live stream those games in the semifinal and championship 9 through 12U. All championship games more than likely will probably get streamed as well. And right after we're done, we're gonna have a live show right from Baseball USA, talking about the entire tournament. So it's gonna be good.
Is that why my 10-day contract? So I got to go that Monday
Yes,
too?
you have to go Monday. You have to call in.
I got to call in to work.
So just so you guys know. And yes, Scott Thornton, yes, hats will be available. There's limited quantity. They are fitted caps. They are black with our wind up logo in the front and our handles in the back side. And we actually have the one sample for the trucker hat. So if you, like I said, if you guys need a hat, you know where to go to our page, look for the post, and follow the directions on how to order. But we will have gear on hand next week, so it should be good. So
Are you gonna want me to take some to the rack?
yes. So remember, 4 care packages: one at BLD, one at Baseball USA, one at the rack, and one at Sienna. So 4 lucky people will be able to get either a shirt or a hat, or maybe both. So stay tuned and look out for that. And if you see any of us in the Wind Up podcast, just come up to us, show us some love. I know we've been getting a lot of love when we go into the parks, and I've been taking a lot of pictures, but I don't see people posting them. So either one thing's wrong: either I'm ugly,
or you're ugly,
or you're ugly.
And I'm saying number 2.
Yeah. So shout out to everybody, man. And if you do see a Wind Up sticker around any of the park, take a picture with it, man, and tag me on there. Tag us on the story.
Are you gonna sell your shirts also?
Yeah. We're actually gonna
last week.
The Game Changer Dad. Yeah, if you guys want to get a Game Changer Dad shirt with my picture on it, you're more than welcome to. Actually, I was watching that episode last week, and it's really funny when you guys planned it out. Yeah, you suckers, man. You guys got me real good.
We were planning that out for since he called in on Monday.
Oh my God, you guys are some trolls. Well, I can say you guys learn from the best. Sure. So, any last things you want to talk about, Coach? Want to say?
Recruit. The guy from last week, he was just recruiting the whole time. So
yeah, they're from our area.
Yeah, so if you want to take his people, you can go ahead.
Nah, I'm good.
Say it out here now.
That's awesome, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you coming out, bro. Talking a little bit of it, but before we go, is there anything you guys want to talk about? Want to say? I do, like I said, I do want to say all the support. I want to give thanks to all the support, all our viewers, and everybody that follows us. And like I said, just hit share, hit like, and we will cover you. So we actually, before I forget to, next week we are going to be doing live interviews. So if you see us at the park and we come up to you, don't get nervous. We're just going to record a 30-second to a minute interview, just talking about your organization, your team, and that's going to be done through all age groups. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be amazing, and shout out to everybody, man. Shout out. So,
yes, sir.
We good, Julio?
Yes, sir. Hey, thanks, Thomas, for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, man. Thank you for coming by, and wish you best of luck for the remainder of the season. And hopefully, give us one of the schedules, one of your schedules, and I'd love to go check you guys out, man.
We play the weekend after spring break, but I don't know where yet.
Okay. Just keep me posted, bro. I would love to go check you guys out.
Do you ever play in LaPorte?
No, we don't travel, dude.
No, why not?
Because that's far.
No, it's not. It's right here.
Why would I travel out there when I can go 30 minutes away?
Yeah.
Because we can come watch you. That's why. All right? My bad.
No, for the record, though, I am from Pasadena.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was born here.
What high school did you go to?
I left when I was 5.
Oh, okay.
I would have stayed.
That's good.
Pasadenean in the building. That's awesome. See, everybody comes back home. Everybody that I know is from Pasadena. I'm like, everybody. So shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to the great city.
Julio's not from Pasadena, bro.
Yeah, he is.
From Clearwood. Edgebrook.
Edgebrook.
The outskirts.
We don't claim you.
I still went to PISD.
We only claim you when we want tacos.
Yeah. So, hey, shout out. Next week, get ready. Live from the Hilton Gardens Inn. We'll be interviewing coaches, be having a live show, and looking forward to seeing everybody. And like I said, one more time, safe travels to everybody coming in from out of town for the tournament. Hopefully you guys have a safe trip on your flights or driving. Get ready for some good baseball, and we'll try to keep you posted on anything that comes up. So again, shout out to our sponsors, Issa Cookie, C4 Bat Company, Ferrari Michelada Mix. Also follow our football podcast, the Checkdown HTX, with our hosts Roy Swan and Robert Lopez, and also our badass producer, man. Shout out to Julio. He always makes it happen. One of the best guys in the sound business right now. So shout out to Julio.
Thanks.
And with that said, man, we appreciate you guys tuning in. And we'll see you next week, man, live from the Select 30 Super NIT in Houston, Texas. 600 plus teams signed up. The biggest tournament in the United States. See you there, man. Don't go to Beaumont.
Alrighty, guys.
Another